I'll start off with it's been a really hard 4 or 5 days. Not in the sense for our players, I think they understand it, but just going through what we went through with the loss of Mel, and then who was really, really good to me when he worked for the Pacers, and I was coming up in the pros and scouting, and just told me all the great things about New Mexico, and then to hear his death, and then hearing that Stu died. Um, it's been tough to walk down that to ramp today and see him not there, and it's he was a great man, and then we had a dedication for Bob Turner, the Letterman's Lounge. So we've had a lot of losses, and even Officer Webster, tragically, it's just been a tough week, and I think we'll all bond together. That's one of the reasons why I think it's great to coach here. I love this place, and it's just been a hard week, but I think our kids, it affected them a little bit. I think they were anxious. We had some new guys, but I always told you guys I thought we'd be able to score the ball, and I think we got a lot of guys that can score. I think you saw that we shot 64% from the foul line and still scored 94 points, and we missed a lot of easy shots inside that I think we'll make. So all in all, offensively, except for the turnovers, I think we just got to get better against pressure, and I think we probably played guys, and they got to get back in game shape. But all in all, I thought it was good. I just think we have to get back to our defensive stability and our toughness, and I think our guys have just figured that you'll score, and then we'll come back and score, and then we're going to outscore you. And we got to get back to our toughness defensively. But, like I said, it's been a hard week, and it's been difficult, but our guys did a good job. I talked to them about it before we went out and played, and I think they understand we lost some people that were great Lobos, and it means a lot to us. And I think it means a lot to our fans, and it's just been a tough week that regard. But other than that, I thought I got to play a lot of guys. I didn't play Nick, I didn't play Connor, and I didn't play Adam, but I gave everybody a look, and all in all, we got a lot of work to do, but we always knew that. But I think our team plays hard. They just got to get tougher defensively.
So on the defense you were talking about, especially 3-point wise, they hit 7 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You hold them to 33% shooting or 36% shooting, but they were able to stay in it because of those threes a lot of the time. Is that a defensive issue where you guys are sagging back, or were you guys not handling the screens well?
Well, I think, Jeff, the problem that you have when you play these teams is they're really playing 4 guards. And they're really playing 5 guys that can really shoot the ball. You're not matched up physically like we do against other teams we play in our conference or even out of conference. You got to give Ralph credit. They did a great job. I mean, it's the same that happened to us last year with Adams State. If you remember, it went down to about the last 4-minute game in that game last year. And, I think it was just new for some of our guys and coverages. And I'll give guys 31% from 3 if they're going to shoot 38 of them. They did a heck of a job. They were 16 and 19 from the line, but I mean, if we make our free throws and we take care of the ball, it's a bigger deficit. But we're going to be all right. I mean, we still held them to 36% shooting, and they shot 31 from 3. But I think those are pretty good numbers. But we can't let people score 84. I mean, how long has it been? I don't know, Jeff, and I don't know, guys. You might have to help me, and Gene will help me, or Frank will help me since he's here. But I don't know how long it's been since we scored 96 points. But, I mean, I'm just saying last year our average was 90. It was 61. So, I mean, we got a lot to work on. I'm trying to be positive with them, but I want to challenge them in the sense that if somebody scores on them, they got to be upset enough that they got to get a stop. Not that, hey, we're just going to come back and score on you.
So part of it obviously was matchups, and it wasn't.
I just think it's different, Jeff, playing teams that you're really not playing a true 4, you're really not playing a true 5, you're really playing undersized teams that we don't practice a lot against. I mean, like Obacha's playing against Nick every day. Obacha and guarding a 6'6" kid that can shoot the 3, and I'm guarding Braden Kuiper, who's a 6'5" power forward with Tim Williams and Devin Williams. Now, can they do it? Yeah, but I mean, Braden can shoot, and all their guys can shoot. I mean, it's not like I went in there and I watched all their games from last year to know what they were going to run and all that. I'm just trying to get my guys in front of people. I'm trying to get my players out in front of the pit fans and just let them try to go play and see what they can do. Now we'll correct a lot of the mistakes because we'll watch film tomorrow and I'll watch it with them and we'll go through it. But you know, it was interesting to see some of them as anxious as they were.
One more on the defense, just while we're still on you pressed early. You're doing some half-court trap. Is that something you're going to do a lot more of?
I think we will. It's just that when they start raining threes on you, you just don't want to play too much zone. So I think we'll do some of that. I think we'll change it up. But, you know, we'll do some things that we're used to doing. It's just that we just went back to man most of the time.
Offensively, how would you assess the high-low game with, you know, some of the bigs, in particular Tim Williams? Seems like he had a lot of.
Well, I just think Tim's one of those guys you can throw it to, and he commands attention because he's really, really good. You know, the thing with Tim, he's got to do better is make free throws. You know, if we're going to throw it to him down there, he can't be 3 for 7. But that's just, I mean, that's, you know, he hadn't played in a year. So hopefully with his finger splint coming off and all that. But, you know, I thought the high-low was good. I thought that we'd get better play out of some of those guys. I thought we'd get better play out of Devin and Joe. But they'll play. They played hard. I mean, it's the first go-around. So, you know, I'm not discouraged. I'm not, you know, I'm encouraged about some things we did. But we gotta correct some things.
Coach, what did you talk to the guys about after this game?
Well, I just said, you know, I just wanted them because here's what you have with a young group. We only have one senior. JJ's not going to play, and Tim Jacobs will walk on, who had a good year for us last year. I just don't think they understand everything that comes with the program. Like I literally asked them, do you guys know all the goals that are up on this board? We have a big goal board that you got to keep teams under 52. You got to keep teams under 40% shooting, which we did. And if you don't get 8 of those 16 goals, you're not going to win. We got 7 and still won. But I think they just got to – it's like I told them tonight. If you don't eat, drink, and sleep your craft, you can't be great. And I think if they don't understand that and they're not putting the time in, then they're not going to be as good as they can be. But I just told them, I said, you have a lot of talent. You guys got great chemistry. They play together. They play hard. They just got to figure it out as a group.
Outside of staying healthy, obviously, I mean, what's the biggest thing you look to get out of these exhibition games?
Play in front of our fans. I mean, it's good for us. I mean, I ran a lot of stuff that we're going to run. I didn't come out and be as vanilla as I have in the years past just because we've come out in the years past and haven't done anything and just kind of played one offense and one defense, and then we got off to a slow start. So we try to run stuff that we're going to run and get them accustomed to that and throw the ball inside and try to play. When we played inside out tonight, we were pretty good. And when we didn't take care of the ball or think that it was over and we're up 12 and we didn't take care of the ball, that's a learning process that they have to go through.
With the turnovers, how much of that was just kind of the first game, you know, getting on the floor? How much of that was the youth?
I think a lot of it's not youth. I think a lot of it's just thinking you're going to get fouled and you're not going to get fouled and being tough with the ball and doing what you're supposed to do. And I think what's happened, they all know that the 5-second count's off, so they all think they can just dribble. And it doesn't work like that. The game's not going to change the fact where you're going to be able to do that just because the 5-second count's off. So we got to do a lot better job passing the ball ahead, getting people in the right position instead of running away from the ball. But we'll work on it. We're getting there.
Cullen has 33 points, 7 assists, 8 turnovers, 17 shots. That's an awful
Close to a
lot.
triple-double.
I mean, if it's a triple-double and 2 of them are points and assists, but the
Well, believe me, I let him know about the other one, so it wasn't like, I think 4 of them were in the last 5 minutes. I think, to be honest with you, he got tired. I probably should have taken him out.
And I think 4 of them were in the backcourt, too.
Yeah. Gets in a hurry.
In the second half. So is that cause for concern? Is that just the first game in almost a year for a guy? What's your thought on 8 turnovers for Cullen?
If I can get him to where he's averaging a 2-for-1 assist to turnover ratio, I think that's good. I mean, we can talk all we did about all these great players that have played here, and it's awesome. Like we had Kelvin Scarborough, we had Phil Smith, Greg Brown. We had all these great point guards and Kendall Williams and Hugh Greenwood. Everybody goes, well, God, he was 4-1 assist to turnover ratio. Hugh Greenwood was – no, they weren't. They were 2-1, barely, and most of them were under 2-1. So it's not as easy as you think it is, because if you look at mine, I was 303 to something my senior year. And, I mean, it's not as easy as it looks, but everybody wants to talk about it till they really look at the numbers. And if you look at the great point guards that have played here, there's only 2, I think, above 2-1 ratio, assist to turnovers. I might be wrong, but I think there's only 2. I think Hugh Greenwood's one of them. I think he's 2-3-5-1. But he's got to get to that. If he can go 2-1, then we're pretty good.
You talked about needing to get some scoring out of him off the ball some. Somebody has to step up and be the point guard for that.
Tim, I gave Jordan the first shot.
Is that going to –
I'll probably give Jordan the next shot again, but I know what Tim can do. Tim will run through a wall for me. I've known him since he's been a freshman in high school. I know what he gave me last year. I know what he can do. So I need to see what Jordan can do. By me putting Jordan in the game, by no means is any indication of what's going to happen. I know what Tim Jacobs is going to give me every time he steps on the floor. I know what he's going to give me. So I just got to see how Jordan's going to do and how he's going to do when I put him in the first half and stuff like that. So I need to see that. But, yeah, I thought our best group, and I'd have to go back to the film, but I thought our best group was when Tim was on the ball and Cullen was off the ball, and we made a 13-5 run right before half. So that could happen.
I do want to ask you real quick about Stu. For those of us who have been around for a while, it definitely sounded different to have somebody other than
It's different.
Is that something you pick up on when you're kind of going into the game?
I was in shock, to be honest with you. I mean, he literally texted me. And, I mean, I was shocked. I didn't know how to – I mean, I was – because when you go through losses or people you lose that it's close to you, it's hard. Like Paul texted me when Mel died, and I had Mel come talk to our team 2 years ago, our really good team when we won 27, and he was unbelievable with my team. He was unbelievable for me as a young scout trying to get in the profession. And it's funny because all he wanted to talk about was New Mexico. And I was just like, what are you talking about? I'm like, New Mexico? And then I end up coaching here. So Mel was a great ambassador for our program. Loved it here, loved the Lobos. And with Stu, it's like when I was at Bob Turner's dedication, and you walk down the ramp, and Bob used to sit right behind us. And now Stu and it's just, you don't think about it till it's gone, and it's just sad, and I feel sorry for his wife, and my sympathy goes to his family, but it's just not easy. And you know, I'm thankful every day that I drive up to this place and I have the keys to it. But sometimes you don't appreciate it. And I just told the guys tonight before we went, I go, you got to be thankful. And Hugh Greenwood, it's funny because we got new uniforms tonight. And poor Jackie called me, and they washed them, and they kind of turned out pink. And I knew Hugh Greenwood had something to do with it. So he texted me. And he said, good luck, Coach. Really excited for you and the boys for this year. We both know you can lead us back to where we need to be. It's only a few months, but I miss everything about Lobo basketball and being around it. The staff, the fellows, don't let them take it for granted. That's from a guy that I missed tonight because he's been here for 4 years. But that's the stuff why we coach, and that's what it's about.
So what's the first stat that jumps out to you out of your stat line tonight?
What do you think?
I'm guessing it might have something to do with the turnovers.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
What does your coach, what does your dad tell you after a game when you have 8 turnovers?
I think he was trying to let me push through it tonight. I mean, he kind of did that last year versus Adams State. So, I mean, that's all he can do because I have to learn from my mistakes. It's inexcusable on my part, inexcusable. I'm obviously frustrated myself, even though we won the game. But I definitely have to get better.
Now, part of it was in the backcourt. In fact, I think 4 of the 8 might have been in the backcourt when they were pressing. Is that something that you expected? You know they're going to press a lot. Are you going to be able to break the press?
Yeah, I'll be able to break it. I was just too lackadaisical. I was trying to dribble through it instead of just pass it, make the smart play. I just got to be smarter, and I'm mad at myself. Should definitely be smarter than that and more mature about the situation at hand, especially during the press.
33 points and 7 assists, though, doesn't make up for the 8?
No, not at all.
What did it feel like out there?
Felt good. Felt good to play again. Felt good to I know me, Elijah, and Tim were definitely itching to play because we haven't played in a full year. So felt really good to get back on the floor, and hopefully we'll have a better performance Friday.
What's the difference, just chemistry from practice court to when you get out there against someone else?
I mean, it's just different. It's different because usually I play in the red team, and I'm with Elijah, Tim, Devin, and then tonight I had a whole lineup where I was with Anthony, Dane, Joe, and Devin. It was like a completely different lineup. So I mean, there's different rotations that we just have to get used to that are going to be on the court at the same time, which we don't usually get in practice sometimes.
You guys did make a run in the second half when Tim Jacobs was in and you were off the ball a little bit more. Coaches talked about trying to get some offense out of you when you're off the ball so you don't have to expend all your energy playing point the entire time. Is that something that you, first of all, when that happened, that run towards the end of the half when Tim Jacobs was playing point, is that something you felt offensively? Was it a relief?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome to play off the ball, especially with Tim Jacobs, because Tim Jacobs is such an unselfish player. He knows how to get his teammates open. He's just a great floor general. So playing off the ball, it's nice to know because I'll be able to come off screens, I'll be able to get shots, but we'll be interchangeable too. So I'll be able to bring it up and we can just push it. It allows us to play faster.
What do you guys? I mean, what do you need from Tim to get maybe more minutes in there? And Jordan, I know got a shot tonight. I'm assuming he's still young, but what do those guys need to do to be able to stay on the floor a little bit longer to give you more minutes off of that?
I mean, one of them got to come out on top for the rotation. I mean, both Tim, Jake, and Jordan are playing very, very well in practice. So I think it's been a battle between them and Jordan's obviously a really good, really young player, and Tim's got really good experience and he knows what it takes. So I mean, them two. I mean, we could play them both this year and they'll do fine. So we just got to see how it goes from here.
Some big losses over the last few days, Mel Daniels and Stu Walker passed away. What were like the emotions kind of just trying to deal with that specifically?
I never really knew Mel personally. I mean, I've met him before, so he's a really nice guy, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. But I've known Stu, and it was actually really emotional. It was pretty emotional for me because Stu was always the guy that the first person I see walk down the court, he'd be, "Good luck tonight, Cullen. Give me some praise, give me some compliments," and it was pretty emotional to hear about this situation.
Well, I mentioned your dad. For us who've been around for a while, like this, it sounded different. It didn't sound the same as it was with Stu. Is that something you guys pick up on?
I personally definitely noticed that the voice was different because I mean I've grown up around it for was this my 10th year in New Mexico, so I've heard his voice. I've gotten used to it, so it definitely sounded different.
Everyone wants to talk about the offensive chemistry, but how does that affect you guys defensively? Kind of learning where everyone's going to be.
Well, we got to be better. I mean, we got to be better defensively. We had a bunch of mental breakdowns. So together as a unit, we just got to come together, get stops. That's all it comes down to. If we don't get stops, we don't win the game. So we have to get stops.
Defending the three, they 7 in the first half. Overall, were you guys having a hard time handling screens? Were you guys sagging back? Was there a specific reason why they were able to just hit a lot of threes on them?
Man, they were jacking that thing, weren't they? I mean, I was surprised when they were shooting quick shots. They were shooting the first open shot they got. So I mean, I think we just have to get used to it because it's kind of a good experience. Because I thought that team did a bunch of like quick shots, quick 3-pointers, and everybody shot the three, which is kind of like Boise State is going to do eventually in the year. So I mean, I think that's a good experience, so we can learn about how to play against a team like that.
As a player, and a guy like you who had to sit most of last year out. What's the biggest thing you try and take away from these exhibition games, or something? The biggest thing you want to accomplish.
Improve. We're going against each other for all of summer, all of practice. So exhibition games really we get to see how we are as a team and how we're coming along. And the biggest thing for exhibition games is to improve as a unit.
And would you say you guys improved tonight?
Yeah, we definitely learned a lot from tonight. I mean, we gotta get better in defensive end. We could score the basketball. I think we showed that, but defensively we gotta get much better.